Hi, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and welcome back to day 2 of the 2018 RIU Explorers Conference here in Fremantle. Well, everything's already shaping up for a big day. There's going to be analysts speaking, there's going to be more companies speaking, and of course there's going to be lots and lots of people walking around the room. We're going to be talking to a few of them. We're going to be bringing it to you straight here at the Resources Roadhouse. I'm with Adrian Griffin, Managing Director of Lithium Australia. Now, Adrian, there seems to be at the moment some sort of controversy regarding, well, the supply chain mainly of battery metals. People sort of thinking, yes, there's going to be a glut, maybe there's not a glut. There's people of all differing sort of opinions on that. Where do you stand?
Oh, there's no doubt about that, Wally, and I think if you look at the primary supply chain, ultimately over the next 5 years that's going to be solved by hard rock producers. However, what you've got to look at ultimately is the sustainability of that supply chain and the cost of production. The problem that you've got on a global basis is very few of those batteries ever get back into the supply chain. Once they've been used, they go to landfill. Now, that's an incredible waste. There's been an enormous amount of money spent mining, refining, producing those high-grade and valuable metals. Why throw them away? Now, we're working on the technology that does the complete supply chain loop. So we've closed the loop, and we believe that we can produce materials cheaper than anyone else.
I'm with Ian Mulholland, Managing Director of Rox Resources. Now, Rox have just released a 2018 exploration strategy for their package of projects within Western Australia. Ian, so you've got this strategy. Where do you start, and whereabouts are you going to start it?
Well, we start with the commodities we're involved in. So, we're involved with nickel and gold. We see nickel, the nickel price is picking up, so we see that getting some investment into our nickel project is a good move. So we're planning 2,500 metres of diamond drilling on our Fisher East project northeast of Leinster, plus 5,000 metres of air core drilling on our Kohlrabi project, which is just nearby. We're very excited about the nickel targets that we have at Fisher East, especially. We've got two really outstanding targets. One is underneath the Musket ore body, where we have a very strong downhole EM anomaly on a deeper hole, and we think that could be a new zone of mineralisation. Further to the south, about 3 kilometres, we've got a very strong surface EM target, which we haven't really drill tested. We've known about it for a while, but we've now modelled it, and we think that we need a drill hole about 400 or 500 metres deep to test that, but that could be a whole new ore body. So we're very excited about those two things.
I'm with Richard Bevan, Managing Director of Cassini Resources, and they're going to be doing a lot of work, a lot of activity going on at their West Musgrave project, a joint venture with Oz Minerals, and a few other things they've got going in their own right. So, Rich, can you give us a bit of an update what's going on?
Yeah, like you say, it's shaping up as a really big year for us. So, in terms of the West Musgrave project, we reached a milestone at the end of last year. So, Oz Minerals are proceeding with the next phase, and that's quite an intensive phase. There's sort of two components to it. There's a development phase at Nebo Babel where they're spending sort of $15 million over the next sort of 12 to 18 months to develop that through a PFS, and then sort of $4 million on regional exploration.
And the exploration in your own right, what are you doing there?
Yeah, we've got about 3 projects that are early stage greenfield projects that we haven't really had the opportunity to do too much on in the last 12 months.
I'm with Rick Yeates, Managing Director of Mulholland of Rox Resources. Recently they completed an ore sorting trial at the 2 Mile Hill Tonalite Deeps, part of their Sandstone Gold project in Western Australia. Rick, how did the results come out?
Wally, the results have been very encouraging. We've based on XRT and colour and or laser, we've significantly reduced the mass and significantly increased the grade. So we're getting a sort of a 200 to 300% uplift in grade, and within 30 to 40% of the mass, and still managing to recover about 96% of the gold.
So, in layman's terms, what does that sort of mean for the project?
We were treating this as a separate project that required a 2 to 2.5 million tonne per annum mill. Our mill at the project is only 600,000 tonne per annum. So the capacity was really incompatible based on a conventional approach. What ore sorting has meant is that because it reduces the mass and increases the grade, it results in a potential mill feed that is compatible with our 600,000 tonne per annum processing plant, which means significant capital cost savings. It also means lower process operating costs and haulage costs, which in turn feed into our underground mining cut-off grade, increasing the quantum that we can actually mine.
Well, as they say in the industry, day 2, that's a wrap. We'll be back again tomorrow and we'll be seeing all the talks that are still going on. Today was a big day. The auditorium was full, 375 seats, not a spare one. All the booths, all busy. So it's going to be bigger and better tomorrow. But hey, it's a party. And what's a party without cake?